call the meeting to order. Do you have any veterans here in the audience today? Gentlemen, please stand. In honor of Veterans Day coming up Friday, I'd like for you gentlemen to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, gentlemen, for your service to the country. Appreciate you. Roll call, please.
Ms. Reagan.
Present.
Mr. King.
Here.
Mr. Henry.
Here.
Mr. Brooks.
Good morning, I'm here.
Okay, the first order of business is a public hearing for nonprofit corporation, the Roman Catholic Diocese of Lafayette, Indiana, for property at 811 East Charles Street in Muncie.
Hello, Megan Quirk. I'm an attorney here in Delaware County. My address is, I'm with the firm Quirk & Hunter PC. My address is 117 East Main Street. I'm here with Mr. Carnes, who's a representative of the Roman Catholic Diocese of Lafayette, Indiana, locally for St. Lawrence Catholic Church. And what we would like to do is we have put in an application for to transfer the tax sale certificate or essentially assign a tax sale certificate to St. Lawrence Church in order for them to demolish the structure that's on it and put an accessible parking lot across the street from the church. There's the rectory and the church that's along the north side of the street, and what the church would like to do, it owns the property on the south side of, right, abutting to the current property. And so they're going to be demolishing the house and making a parking lot that's accessible to the people that go to the church and that also come for the soup kitchen and the thrift store that's there.
Your church is kind of, the parking's up a little steep on the east.
Yes.
This would be much more convenient for you. We
And-
appreciate you.
Then the accessibility within the church, it is a historic structure, and so they are limited on the actual kind of ingresses and egresses. But what they're thinking is that with having that parking there close, that it would be a shorter way for people who need the wheelchair accessibility and those accessible parking lots to then be able to get to either to the side of the church that have
I
the
didn't
accessible.
get a chance to drive by there, but does it go all the way down to Hackley?
It's on the corner of Hackley
It is on there.
and the property that is just on Hackley and Charles on that corner is owned currently by the Roman Catholic Diocese.
But you'll clean up the corner.
Yes,
That'd be nice to
Is
do.
that structure in poor shape that's sitting there
Yes.
currently?
yeah. It's been on the city's unsafe building list for years, and
Okay.
it just is in need of essentially demolition. There's no way to
All right,
rehab it.
thank you.
Thanks for attending.
Is there anyone else here to speak of this?
I make a motion we close the public hearing.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. King.
Yes.
Ms. Reagan.
Yes.
Mr. Henry.
Yes. Okay, we'll move on down to the approval of minutes, October 17, 2016.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and second, roll call, please.
Ms. Reagan.
Yes.
Mr. King.
Yes.
Mr. Henry.
Yes. Contracts and agreements for approval, the Delaware Muncie Metropolitan Planning Commission, secondary approval, final plat application, Deerview Edition.
Marta Moody, Executive Director for the Plan Commission, and this is a one-lot final plat for a property on the south side of 300 South, east of Meeker Avenue, and it is in front of you today. It went in front of the Plat Committee last week, and it's in front of you today to basically accept the 25 feet of right-of-way that they are dedicating off the north side of this lot which is a requirement of plating. They have to dedicate the appropriate right-of-way based on how the road's classified. So it's no improvements, the road obviously is there, it's just a dedication of the full 25 feet of right-of-way.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. King,
Yes.
Ms. Reagan,
Yes.
Mr. Henry.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mark.
Hal Ashton from Ashton Land Surveyors will be bringing up like a reproducible copy of the plat for you to sign.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mark.
Okay, we'll move on to the resolutions. What's the resolution number?
The first one is 2016-045.
All right, resolution number 2016-045, resolution of the Board of Commissioners of the County of Delaware, Indiana, making final determination on the tax sale certificate to be assigned to nonprofit corporation number 10.
So moved.
Second.
A motion to approve and a second. Roll call, please.
Mr. King,
Yes.
Ms. Reagan,
Yes.
Mr. Henry.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
The next resolution number?
46.
Resolution number 2016-046, resolution to assign tax sale certificates to Muncie Sanitary District.
Julie Baring, ADM Real Estate, representing the Sanitary District. Hopefully this is the final piece in the McKinley neighborhood so we can complete the levy project. That's all hope.
I went by there not too long ago. That was just standing there by itself.
Yeah.
I wonder how we missed it.
I can officially say that we were buying a bridge. In 30 years, I've never done that, and now I can officially say that.
Also move that we pass resolution 2016-046.
Second.
Motion to approve and a second. Roll call, please.
Ms. Reagan,
Yes.
Mr. King.
Yes.
Mr. Henry.
Yes. We have monthly reports from Weights and Measures and the Clerk of Circuit Court in our packets. Payment of claims of $1,609,372.60.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. King,
Yes.
Ms. Reagan,
Yes.
Mr. Henry.
Yes. I skipped over department heads, elected officials. Anyone have anything?
Jim Flood from the IT department. Want to bring everybody up to date. If you haven't heard, over the weekend, Madison County over the weekend was hit by ransomware, which has completely locked their computer systems down. They, at this point, as of this morning, still have not got anything up and going. That includes their public safety CAD system. The CAD system's running as far as dispatching, whatever, but they have no computer systems. We have got some software that we're going to investigate into this week. It was some new software that's come out last week for ransomware that attached to our firewall software through Sophos to see if that will suffice and help us guard against anything happening to Delaware County. One of the other things that I did notice in the conversations of what was being transpired from Madison County is that they also had a ransomware or technology insurance policy, and I'm not sure if the county's got that on their policy, but it's something that you might look at. I heard that the number that they're talking about that they want Holden ransom is in the millions, so I'm sure that that's something that the county couldn't afford to pay. They had to pay it out of their pocket, so. But we'll investigate getting that software in place or something more elaborate for the ransomware than what we have currently. It's just a piece of malware that gets attached to an email and starts growing like a virus. So just wanted to bring you up to date on that and see if you had any questions.
Any kind of software I feel like that we could purchase would be very benefit. So as quick as you can get us that information, I would like to move forward with that.
Okay.
Thank you.
I will find out from the county insurance agent about the insurance coverage.
Thank you.
I'm Robert Jesse with the Delaware County Highway. I brought some maps to keep everybody up to date as to what we have completed this year. We have approximately 80 lane miles completed on full width paving. Chip and seal, 36 lane miles. The weather's kind of got to us on that. Strip paving, 2 miles. And then I also give you a predicted 5-year paving plan. If anybody has any questions.
I don't have any questions on it. I just want to say that, Mr. Jesse, you come to me beginning of the year and told me that you was going to run us out of paving money. And my reply to you was do it. And that's exactly what you did. You guys have done an outstanding job this year. Obviously, I've only been here for a couple years, but last year, there was not this much paving done. And you guys have done an outstanding job.
We still have some paving to do. Hopefully we can get done by December. You know, I'd like to get another 4 or 5 full width roads done. It just depends on how everything works out.
Sure.
But, you know, I give the credit to the guys in the back. I mean, they done it.
Extend our gratitude to them. We're very appreciative for what they have done. I know we still have progress to make, but you guys have done an outstanding job.
Thank you.
And the
Appreciate
new,
that.
and the new leadership that we have in the supervision, I'm very pleased. Lots of culverts out there need to be replaced and.
And Tommy's doing a good job.
Oh, Tommy.
You know, he's still got some to do, but he's on top of it.
Yeah, and trying to get some of these, the growth underneath the bridges as people come to the community and that, you see a tree growing up and on the outside and underneath it's not doing any good either, so he's really wanting to get those this winter, and the weather's permitting to knock some
Well,
of those down.
once we slow down on the paving,
Yeah.
then that type of stuff will pick up.
Right, that's what I've been telling people. When the plant shuts down, usually about Thanksgiving, then they
They're
try to
thinking
see.
December, 1st of December.
So, depends on the weather, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I
Well,
believe
thanks
this
again.
is the first time we started paving, like 2 weeks
Mhm.
after the plant opened. And you guys are going to continue on till that plant shuts down.
Right.
I want to thank Brad Bookout and the redevelopment commission because when you guys paved us out of money, we went to these guys to use TIF dollars to actually start paving. If anybody hasn't been out to the industrial site where Exide and all those plants are at, if you remember the way the roadways were then, go out there and take a drive on them now. Probably some of the best roads that we have. You know, we just want to make sure the roadways are taken care of for the citizens in this county.
How many road miles were done last year? Do you have any idea, Mr. Jesse?
I'm thinking somewhere around 20, maybe a little bit over
Yeah,
20.
I think it was
don't
between
have the
maybe
exact
20 and 30,
figure.
yeah, somewhere between 20 and 30 miles, I think. And I mean, we've almost tripled it this year.
Well, you know, that 20 is road miles, so we've doubled it anyway.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you and all the employees of County Highway, so let them know.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Bookout.
Commissioners, Brad Bookout, I just wanted to piggyback on what Bob said. They've done an excellent job, and with what Commissioner King has come to the County Redevelopment Commission, along with the other commissioners, requesting funds from TIF districts to pave roads. I'm happy to report there was funds expended from the Ag Park TIF district to pave roads, There were funds expended from the Nebo Road TIF District to pave roads. There were funds expended from Morrison Road TIF District and Daleville TIF District to pave roads. So some major supplemental of hundreds of thousands of dollars to pave roads. The guys at the Highway Garage, we literally got an approval of the Redevelopment Commission to do that work. And I got a bill like 30 days later, and I couldn't believe they paved that many roads in 30 days. So congratulations, Bob, to you and your team on
Yeah,
that
and there
work.
are some roadways on these maps I'd like people to understand that might not be on the map because we will go back to the redevelopment commission and ask for dollars to pave certain other roads that might not be on the map. I believe we're going to look at 700 West around 67 to have it paved also out of the Delaware TIF. And I believe, are we still trying to get the road out there by where the ag park, or has it already
it's
been
done.
Out
It's done.
Eaton, it's done?
That's
Yeah.
done.
Okay.
done.
Yeah, but we are looking at other options to make sure that we can get these roads paved and get them paved pretty quick. So.
Yeah, did a good job. Can I go into new business if there's no other, can I go into topic of new business?
Yes, sir.
There's no other-
I'm sorry,
Never
Brad.
mind. Go
I
ahead.
just have one real quick thing. I want to follow up with what Mr. Fluke told you. We have talked with public safety agencies in Madison County, and they are dealing with this computer virus issue okay. The only thing that we are currently doing for them is running IDAX terminals, but they're still dispatching and responding to calls and all that sort of stuff, okay? So as far as public safety is concerned, it's causing some headaches, but it's not hindering any service. I have a meeting Wednesday over in Madison County with one of the public safety agencies, and I'm going to follow up with some more information to just try to make sure that we have our stuff in order. Plus, if we can support them in any way that we can, we obviously want to do that. So,
You'll relay that information to Mr. Fluke?
yeah, he and I have actually spoke about this a couple of times. The Department of Homeland Security actually is following up with Madison County on this, and we're keeping our ear to the ground on what that means for all other the 91 counties that haven't been affected yet. So this is certainly on the front burner for us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Brad.
Thank you, Commissioners. I wanted to report Commissioner Reagan on Friday afternoon gave me a phone call. We had a conference call with some folks at Ball State University. Commissioner Reagan was working with those folks on a proposed grant application that the county would be eligible for $50,000 from the state to secure funds to purchase solar panel heated water heaters devices and other renewable energy sources. They are working with Carolyn Van, who's here today. Proposed buildings in Delaware County that could benefit from this grant application is the Justice Center next door. I know Commissioner Reagan has reached out to Charlie Walker regarding the use of this renewable energy sources there. Also, the Heartland building at the fairgrounds, the Muncie Mission, and the Boys and Girls Club, all are potential users. I'd like to have Carolyn speak with you just a second about what these specific applications are for, and then there is a requested grant match. The grant match is going to turn out to be someplace between $12,500 to $14,500 for this $50,000 grant. And but before I make that request, I'd like to have Carolyn explain to you the uses of that. So,
Okay, good morning, everyone. That we're planning to put on 4 sites, the Boys and Girls Club, Heartland Building, the Justice Center, and the Mission, solar-powered hot water on-demand systems. There's a new device out that uses just say a panel, and it gets hot water right to the water heater, and so you don't have to spend too much electricity heating this up. So we're going to put that in 4 places. We're going to put a bigger, in all 4 places, I guess is the best way to say that. On 2 of the places, we will also put a photovoltaic system of solar panels to provide a lot of electricity. For example, if we do this, we're going to do this on the Boys and Girls Club and also on the Heartland Building at the fairgrounds. The Boys and Girls Club should save 13% of their energy expenditure. The fairgrounds, we're hoping to have the Heartland Building, which is got a fairly new roof. Would be a good science center, more or less, with 4-Hers and robotics maybe participating. Kids could learn how to do solar-powered ventilation or anything electrical, compressors, whatever. The Boys and Girls Clubs, we also have some money in this, I should say, for educational purposes, one of the requirements of the grant. And so we would be able to buy some kits for the Boys and Girls Club. We could also have some tours of existing solar systems at the library or wherever in Muncie, and try to educate adults and children. And we're trying to make this broad over the county to benefit most of the residents. I don't know if there are any particular questions anybody has about it, if you need more detail, or is that enough?
Sounds good.
Thank you, Carolyn.
I didn't properly introduce Carolyn. Carolyn currently works for Sustainable Indiana and is a retired professor from Ball State University, so dedicating a lot of her time to renewable energy type of projects. So the request for this would be somewhere between a match of $12,500 up to $14,500. I would request that those funds come from the Edit Plans Economic Development line item, which currently has a balance of, I believe, $500,000. Is that correct, Patty? I don't know the project number.
Don't believe so, no.
Okay.
There's
Do you know-
money, there's money in that.
There's yeah, I believe there's sufficient funds. I don't know the exact balance, so, yeah.
Appreciate the work that Carolyn, it kind of came to us sudden, I guess, the opportunity, and the deadline's Wednesday, and she's been working all weekend on it, and appreciate her dedication. This is the group that also did the Kennedy Library, the Cornerstone for the Arts.
Not the
Oh, the library and the
Unitarian Church.
The Unitarian Church. So, and it's all new a product. The other ones didn't have the hot water, I believe, right?
No, this is a new product.
Yeah, so
So you like to make a motion, Chair?
I'll move that we proceed with the, what's the grant called? The Community?
It's a Community Conservation Challenge, CCC.
Community Conservation Challenge.
I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second to approve the funding for this CCC grant. Roll call, please.
Ms. Reagan.
Yes.
Mr. King.
Yes.
Mr. Henry.
Yes.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you, Brad.
Thank you. Thanks, Carol.
Becky Doherty, Delaware County Soil and Water Conservation District. This is just news, and I hope good news. We've recently received 3 LARE grants, which is Lake and River Enhancement, from the state through the federal, amounting to $65,000 to spend along the upper Mississinawa River watershed. We have also received $123,000 from the state to be partnered with Delaware, Randolph Grant, and Madison County for cover crops, invasive species, that type of thing. And lastly, we've also received a $20,000 grant to work in conservation projects in the Prairie Creek, Mississinawa, or Prairie Creek watershed, which runs east of the reservoir.
That's all
Very
we
good.
need. Thanks,
Thank you.
Carol.
Thank you.
Becky.
Yes, good morning, Mark DeFabio, Delaware County Fair Board President. Just basically wanted to call and come up and thank you all very, very much for the support. Recently, we now have a new Bobcat, which has been phenomenal. We start tearing down the buildings now, and I just really, 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 really appreciate the support that we've gotten from the commissioners. I believe, and since Jane's in here, what the county has helped with that too, and it's very, very, very nice to preserve, enhance, and improve what we have out there as a treasure, and the hardworking board members that we have that do it, and our volunteers. Charlie Walker was out there this morning with the situation, and Charlie fixed it already. It's one of the shining things that's been going on, and I just can't thank you people enough for the support that you're giving us, and the Fair Board itself is very, very appreciative, and I thank you for that.
Thanks. Any other department heads, elected officials? We Move on to questions, comments, answers from others.
I'll make a motion to recess.
Second.
We'll recess. Thank you.